It's great to remember that what God has separated, no man can bring together.
Well done.
But on a serious note, I want to thank Mike and Pam. You've been a meaningful presence in my life for many years, and I'm very grateful for our relationship. Thank you for opening up your home to all of us. Thank you for all the time, money, and tears you put into this event. I know you've been envisioning this day for many years, and I hope it exceeds everything you imagined. I want to thank all the guests. I know some of you traveled far for this wedding. I heard there was even someone that came from Florida.
Nice.
That's an enormous sacrifice and shows extraordinary love for Chris and Lynn. For those of you who don't know, Chris and I met 14 years ago. I remember it clearly because it seemed oddly romantic. We were by a lake at summer camp and quickly realized we share a birthday. I think it's a testament to how awkward we were at the time, that within 5 minutes of meeting, we thought it was appropriate to ask the other what their birthday was. I should begin by saying that this speech can't possibly do justice to the past 14 years, but I do hope it comes closer than any other could. I spent a long time thinking about what to write. At first, figuring the speech should trace the contours of our friendship over time, but that would become a laundry list of stories whose details, while meaningful, I would probably forget. So I decided to focus on a single year of our friendship, which was when we were freshmen at Azusa Pacific University. It was a near-perfect microcosm of the last 14 years, even if it fails to capture the breadth of my friendship with Chris, so I want to share just a few details. Chris and I roomed together that freshman year, and in my mind at least, it epitomized the college experience. I remember our very first night, along with Davey, we hosted a Siamese fish fighting match in our room. I think in our minds it endeared us to our dorm mates. However, in retrospect, it was probably weird and maybe creepy. Whatever the case, it was the beginning of an inimitable year. And when I think back to it, I think of Chris. I think of our way too late nights studying, punctuated by Guitar Hero and stupid computer games. I think of spontaneous trips to the beach and to Pasadena, and the hikes we would make with friends into the Azusa Hills. I think about our weekend trips to Panda Express and the nearby grocery store to buy scratchers. And I think about the nighttime drives to Northern California when we would talk about everything that mattered. What I'm really saying is that when I think about the major moments that year, Chris was there, and really he's been there for the major moments every year since we met. Most prominent in my mind, Chris was there the night in September 2008 in Huntington Beach when I met Bree Ivy, and he was standing next to me nearly 5 years later when she became my wife. Because I moved, Chris and I have been thousands of miles apart for the past 3 years. It sucks, and we talk about that and hope it'll change soon. But when I think about Chris and our friendship in the 14 years, he's still sitting at his desk 5 feet behind me. He's still sleeping on the next bunk over, and he's still driving with me late into the night toward Northern California. I'm not an emotional person, but I do get enormously nostalgic. And when I reflect on my time with Chris freshman year, I want to be 18 again. I want to be immature and wild and confused and on the verge of falling in love, and I want to be talking through it all with Chris. As we play Guitar Hero at 2 a.m., or drink Dr. Pepper and chew sunflower seeds in our dorm room, or lay awake in our bunks, or drive for 5 hours to Livermore. Chris, I want to say that I absolutely love you, that you're a friend, but really you're a brother. It's an extraordinary honor to stand here today as your best man, and I've been imagining it for 10 years. Lynn, you've married an excellent, excellent man. It honestly saddens me that I don't know you better, that I haven't been around for much of your relationship with Chris. Because for him to love you the way he does, for Chris to have overcome the many issues that made me wonder if he would ever trust the way he feels about someone, means you are truly special. You look beautiful tonight. I probably should have led with that. I'm thankful for you, and Chris, I'm thankful for you, and I love you both.
That was such
I won't pretend to have any great wisdom to offer you about life and marriage or otherwise, but I will say that shared history is one of the most powerful things that link us to others. It's why I'm even standing with Chris here today. It's why I'm going to be standing with him always. And the two of you will one day have a shared history that spans decades, more complex and expansive than you've ever previously known. That's weighty, but it's so exciting. So I'll end with that. Life will be happy, though often hard, but you have each other now and forever. Rely always on that. To Chris and Lynn.
Yeah. Woo!
Into the house. Look at the nose prints on there.
Oh, look at the nose. All right, so we have two spokespeople for the ladies. We need Vinitha and Natalie up here. Vinitha and Natalie, come on up to the bride and groom.
You're gonna do so much better than that. So much better. Woo! Up top. Should have been over there.
Yeah, I was the coordinator.
Well, good evening. I'm Vinitha, and this is Natalie. And it's been such a privilege to see Lynn and Chris's relationship from the beginning until now. Lynn has been our roommate for 4 years. So I can remember watching their relationship. So I've seen Lynn embrace Chris's love of Disney. And I've been there when Chris has endured hours and hours of Jane Austen movies and our obsession with Mr. Darcy. Yeah, he liked it! I've seen Chris take off work and take care of Lynn when she's sick. And I've seen both of them so excited to hear about each other's days at the end of the night. I've seen Chris and Lynn talk about their problems and always treat each other with so much love and so much respect. And I think the thing I love most is just the person that that Chris brings out in Lynn. I've seen Lynn become so vulnerable and so comfortable in her skin and so silly and happier than I've ever seen her. So I think marriage is putting the other person first and just loving the other person for exactly who they are. And I see this in Lynn and Chris every day in big and small ways. So I'm so happy for you guys. I love you guys so much.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So like Vinitha, I have had the privilege of walking alongside both Lynn and Chris from the beginning of their courtship. And one thing that I've seen early on between them is just that they speak their own language. Lynn and Chris know one another in ways that no one else knows. They love one another, they understand one another, they're able to attune and understand what that means. Lynn and Chris are just absolutely wonderful people. And when I think of love, I think of just the beautiful synchrony that they share. Like Vinitha said, Lynn has become absolutely vulnerable, and Chris has become just a wonderful man. And together, they really are designed for one another. I know that they've prayed about their perfect partner. They have family and friends here who've been praying for them as well. And it's just no accident that you two were brought together. I know that the Lord will be glorified in your relationship. And you two are just truly wonderful people who have been a blessing to my life and to Vinitha's life, and to I know many people here as well. So I wish you all the best. You two are meant to be. Blessings. Cheers.
Good job. Awesome. Crushed it. There you go. Nat.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the father of the bride, Rolando Martinez.
Thank you. I would propose a toast for the wedding couple now. It's so beautiful to be here, and I think the Lord is the one that controls everything and the one who planned everything in the way. Many years ago, Aline got sick, very sick. So I asked the Lord to show me the way how to handle that situation. So the Lord gave me the answer when I look at the Bible, and He showed me Matthew 6:33, where He said, "Seek the Lord and the righteousness, and everything else will be adding upon it. So I thought about that, and then I had to look for a church, because I knew that the solution to her problem was not physical, not mentally, but spiritually. And the Lord was bringing me through her closer to Him. So I looked for a church, and then I stayed in the church for several years. And during the time I was in the church, serving the church like a leader, the Lord made a miracle in her life, and He cured her, practically cured her completely. So the problem was not her, the problem was me, that the Lord wanted me to be closer to Him. So it is through that experience that I became a pastor later on. Bless the Lord. And to see now all you gather here for this wedding is wonderful to see that the Lord never make a mistake. Because when I entered here and I met the parents of Christ with such a loving couple, and they receive us like they knew us from before. So I said, this is the right family for my daughter. And bless the Lord that there are families like that are keeping this nation together, because that's what we need here. Families blessed by the Lord. Not families that get together on their own, but families that get blessed by the Lord. That's what you need in this country, because this is an example. When you do everything according to what He wants, everything will prosper, everything will be good. And I propose a toast for the happiness, for the best things that they have in their life, for the wishes to come that they have in their heart, and for their families to grow, and for them to have children, and to have for them grandchildren, so they will enjoy. Everybody will enjoy. Praise the Lord that you are here honoring this wedding. And I thank you all, and I thank you, the Lord. That is my strength to be here. And I propose a toast for them, and I want everybody to raise up, to stand up. And the 1, 2, and 3. Let's go. Okay, for them. Thank you. We bless you all.